Today I thought I'd look at a different piece of technology that we use, and that's actually the computers and the way that I use my own PC. Beside me I've got my laptop, I've got my screen, and I've got my phone. And believe it or not, this is one of my computers. So this is the Samsung S8. Got the case for it straight away. As soon as I got it, I buy a case. So I thought I would show how I use this as my PC. So as you can see, I've got my computer set up in front of me. There's my big screen. This is actually a touch screen, so I can fire things off from the screen when it's plugged into a USB port. My laptop over here is all set up and ready to use, and I've got my keyboard and mouse that I've actually used on this computer. So I've got this keyboard and the mouse just here. And this is my normal setup for working, especially when I'm consulting or building websites. It makes it easier that I can demonstrate to the customer exactly what their website's going to look like as it goes along. So this is the perfect setup for me, but sometimes I need to be on the move, and I have my little Dex here, which is a Samsung Dex. And this little device here, connected up to power, to the HDMI, and to the screen, is ready to use with my phone. So let's give this a go. Let's show you how it works. Whiteboard marker. Grab my phone, take it out of the case. If you put it into the case like this, it'll actually come up with a little display message on the screen saying Samsung Dex unavailable when clear view cover installed or attached. So you need to take this cover off. So I take the clear view cover off and I put that aside. And now I pop my screen straight in, my phone straight in. Now I have my Dex. Right now I'm actually going to use my other keyboard and my other mouse to start working on this screen. So I've got a Bluetooth mouse which is already connected to this computer, to this phone, and I've got a Bluetooth keyboard. It's actually the Microsoft Entertainment keyboard. I'll show you what that looks like. That's this little keyboard here, and its Windows screen actually attaches itself to the Dex start screen, just like a would for any sort of Windows computer. And the mouse just works the same as any mouse. There's no trick to it. It just, as you're using it, it just moves around. To give you an idea of how that looks, I'm just using it like that. But having a touch screen means that I get the luxury of doing touch as well, so I can actually open things up using the touch screen. Now the apps for this, there's not a huge amount of apps at this stage. You've got your own apps, and of course they'll open up normally as they do in small screen. There goes Snaps in Solve, and it'll open up and work as a normal app. But then you've got specific Dex apps, and those apps have been set up just for the Dex. So we go to apps for Dex, and this is how I normally open them. You've got Skype, you've got Microsoft Word, you've got lots of Microsoft tools. You've even got Shazam, which I haven't installed yet. And if we scroll down, again I use the mouse for the scrolling usually. One of the really cool features of this is we've got Amazon Workspaces. Now this app I recently installed and I absolutely love it. Now I've actually put it on the side here so I can get quick access to it, just like any desktop. I've got icons on the side, click on that. Now if I reconnect to this session, it'll launch a complete workspace for me. And what I've done is I've accessed a Windows 10 workspace, and when I open it up, it's exactly like I'm working on a Windows 10 desktop. It's got all my applications on there ready to use, and licensed applications are relicensed onto here as well. So I have all my applications I need in order to work remotely. Now for me that means predominantly a web browser. I've got Firefox and Chrome, and remote desktop. Not forgetting of course IE, because as a developer of websites you need to make sure you cover all your bases with your browsers. So if I open up one of these browsers, it'll open up just like it normally does. And I can restore pages. I can look at all the different things. Here we go. There's our page right there. For the back end for cycle, or I can go to the front end, and it works exactly the same as it would on a PC. Absolutely no difference whatsoever. Of course, I've got the Click website as well. And to minimize it, you just go to the top and just minimize the entire workspace, and you go back to your normal desktop for your Dex. This gives a whole world of opportunity now for people that want to be mobile and don't want to carry a laptop with them everywhere. I can use the Amazon workspaces straight off my phone. With a keyboard and mouse, it's easier than with straight off the screen. If I don't want to use a keyboard and mouse, I can just use the workspaces straight on my phone. Anyway, that's the Dex, and I just thought I'd show it off. I can switch back from here back to my normal screen and go back to my laptop, of course, and if I pull out my phone from the Dex, it will actually show me that it's disconnecting from the Dex, and go back to being a normal phone. So that's shutting down the Dex application right now, and if I press that, I've gone back to a normal phone. Got to not press it twice, don't you? That's the trick, not to press it twice.